Yes, people, welcome back to Football Central. Welcome back to the Emirates Era podcast. Arsenal are in a Champions League final for the first time in 20 years. And we now know it's going to be against PSG. If there's ever been a time to clap it in, guys, this is it. As always, I got Jay Charm, I got Chloe, and I got Nathan in the building. People, it's been 24 hours. The game was last night. We thought we'd wait a bit to see who our opponent's going to be. We've processed it a little bit. I've processed it. It's been a fantastic day. Chloe, you said waking up and the algorithm was amazing. I feel like the negativity has just been shut out for a day. Don't get me wrong, people have still tried. There's still been the celebration police. Yeah, there's still been all of that. But that's been a small percentage, I have to say. I was on Sky this morning. Jamie O'Hara was being a bit negative. I went on there. I was just like, come on, man. Just give us this day. It's like the Lord's Prayer. Give us this day our daily bread. It's like, bloody hell, man. We deserve one day. We've been through so much pain. We've been through so much as Arsenal fans, so much stress and struggle as Arsenal fans. Just give us this. Allow us to celebrate now. Look, I completely agree to an extent. We still have to win it. But come on, man. You see PSG after that full-time whistle tonight. Celebrating like we were.
I'm so pleased they brought the pyrotechnics with them as away fans. They brought the flares. That's even worse than us, surely.
They did it last season, Nathan. No, last season when they knocked us out, there was flares going off around the whole stadium, fireworks, singing and dancing, sliding on their knees. Every team does it, but when it's Arsenal...
It's always different when it's Arsenal. You know it's different when it's Arsenal. You know, it's cringe when it's Arsenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
It's unthinkable that we're actually happy, you know. Bearing in mind as well, other teams, like I've had Chelsea fans comment, even just going into the second leg, and they're like, oh, but we've made it to this many finals. And I'm like, oh, so it's an achievement to make it to the final when it's everyone else. They say, oh, but we've made it to this many finals. But because we're happy, we've done it in taken 20 years to get back there. God forbid we're happy and we celebrate the team we chose to support.
It's
God
mad.
forbid.
If the fans saw us go to the bathroom, they'd be like, "Oh my God, look at this! They need to use the toilet. Look at the state of this club. How can they need to use the bathroom? Like, it's ridiculous. It's boring.
Literally,
now. It's boring rhetoric. And I just realized, you know what it is? We're fun to talk about. That's all it is. We're like, you've actually got nothing else to talk about. Your season's been dead. You know what I mean? We're talking about a Spurs that's battling relegation, right? Who have got nothing to play for other than their survival. Manchester United are finally back in the Champions League by merit of, them sacking Amorim halfway through the season and
having like 10 days off between each game.
And then playing like 30-something games in a Premier League season.
We've won more games this season than United will play. We've won 41. United are playing 40 in total.
That's happening. I mean, Liverpool, obviously, we won't even need to go into that. I haven't even got that much beef with Liverpool like that. But they went through what they went through. There is no talking points for all of their clubs apart from major underachievements, maybe bar Manchester United because they're back in the Champions League, but there's nothing else to talk about apart from us. No one actually cares about Man City. If we're being completely honest, we know they're cheaters. Not a single person apart from the few fans in Manchester give a flying monkeys about that team. They're the team that are just cheaters. They know they themselves.
They're proud of it.
Are fully aware. They're like, yeah, we're cheats, and we know. There's a video. I've got a video of them chanting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wish I had your clip to play.
I'm just so bored of it. But when you put things into context, I get it. They don't want us in the final, but we're there. They don't want us to win it, but we're there.
If there's any rival fans listening, you think we're unbearable now? Wait till we win it.
There's probably not going to be any rival fans in here tonight, is there? Let's be real. What, they haven't got anything to laugh at.
If they're here, if they see a clip, just wait.
Put it this way: the rival fans, instead of putting their kids to bed, instead of having a glass of wine with their wife, they was at home tuning in to watch a team they don't support play in a league that their team is not in, just to hate watch and jump online and talk about us later. So rivals, if you're here, sit and think about your life choices. Yeah.
Listen to Chloe. My dad sent this into the group earlier. It said, Arsenal can't. This is what rival fans are saying, right? Arsenal can't beat Bayern. Arsenal can't beat Inter. They can't beat Sporting. They can't beat Atletico Madrid. Don't forget that Atletico as Simeone has never lost a knockout game to an English club. Atletico Madrid will go through at the Emirates. Arsenal got the easiest route to the finals. Arsenal can't beat either Bayern or PSG in the final. Arsenal can't win the league. Arsenal will drop points. This is the worst season ever. Corner FC, Set Piece FC, Haram FC, Bottlers FC. Wait till December, January, February, March, April. City are top. Arsenal have bottled the league. Man City will never drop points again. This is the best season ever. Man City drop points. If Arsenal win the league, it'll be the worst season ever. The narratives do not stop. It is insane.
I love it. I love
Anyway,
it. I love it.
Anyway, how are we feeling? Chloe,
Well fed.
you said the algorithm this morning. Talk to me about last night. Were you at the game? Were you at the game last night?
Yeah.
You were at the game last night. Yeah, talk to me about the vibes last night. Let's start before the game, because I went down to, I don't know if you guys saw, the team bus was there and the flares were going off and it was red in the sky and it was crazy. Like, I couldn't breathe. Like, the amount of smoke in the air. And I've seen every player pretty much talk about that atmosphere after the game and be like, yeah, they were supporting us from at the roundabout at like 6:15. And I just, the atmosphere in the stadium, I didn't think Fulham could be topped. So I came on here and spoke about how good the Fulham atmosphere was. But oh my God, the atmosphere in the stadium last night, it was incredible.
Insane. It was insane. And I always say as well, like when it comes to European teams, like we saw when we played Bayern earlier in the season as well, like their fans don't stop. They are loud, they jump, they sing, they chant. They've got their tops off when it's 2 degrees outside. Like they create their own atmosphere home and away. I couldn't hear them yesterday. I could not hear the Atletico fans yesterday. It was like just taken over by us, which was not, obviously we're at home, so you'd expect that anyway, but it just like, and do you know what I pointed out as well to my dad? I took my dad to the game for the first time in a long time. At 90 minutes, I looked around and the stadium was full. Like there wasn't those lines going down the steps of loads of people leaving. Like it was just full and everyone was singing, everyone was jumping up and down, everyone was just happy, and you could feel that real community. It was proper.
I think
Beautiful.
that has been the best atmosphere in the Emirates since the Real Madrid game. And I think the difference between the atmospheres in those moments is the Real Madrid game, it was good, it was great at the start, but it was all right until we got the free kicks, and that's when it went all the way up. This time around, it was from minute -1, like before he started, like fans were up for everything. Even Seedorf pointed it out. He said it was like a symphony. It was like the fans were giving stuff to the players were giving back to the fans, because we'd win a challenge and then there'd be a roar and then there'd be like a second of it like going down and then something would happen and then we'll go right back up again. It was the first time I've been in the stadium and it was just up all the way throughout the game. Like there was just a belief. And the most beautiful thing about the atmosphere was just the players fed us. Every single player on that pitch put their everything into that performance. Do you get what I mean? I honestly haven't got a bad word to say about a single player. And a real honourable mention to my main man, Victor Gyökeres, my boy.
He was amazing, yeah.
Joe's backed him since day one, man.
Yeah, he has.
Day one, like he is. But in all honesty, he's a new striker. He's like where did he come from?
Honestly, can't believe in 2 weeks we've found like I said in a couple of episodes ago, how have we not found a way to get him involved in a game? And then within 2 weeks, he's a new man.
But one of the
found a way.
Lewis Skelly again putting in another super professional performance, like so positive. So, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last pod, like his ability to keep things ticking over just as much as playing forward, playing positive, is incredible. The ball goes to him, he moves it quickly. And that is one thing that is so important as a midfielder. Can you think quickly and positively? Or are you going to be in analysis paralysis and get stuck with the ball between your feet? Nah, not him. It was ball to me, bop, bop, pop,
yeah,
pop.
He doesn't think too much, does he? I think that's what separates him from Zubamendi. I think Zubamendi, you can tell it, but maybe not the first half of the season. Second half of the season, definitely foot on the ball, thinking about it too much, and it slows the play down. But I think Lewis Skelly is willing to take that risk and move it quickly.
But I think he's got the advantage as well, though, Nath, right? In that maybe he's got more to play for, in a sense. Zubimendi, that's his position, and Skelly, this is a big chance, and the manager's giving me that opportunity to really prove myself. And he's going, no, I have to make my mark in this game. And that's a different starting point, right? That's not to, say this one or that one, but really, I think that's definitely a huge factor in it, because even when Zubi came on, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, no,
really,
he was.
Really good.
Was class, yeah.
Like, I think, I'm so proud of Gyökeres, man. Genuinely, like a few more of those performances, and it's insane. This is the striker that everybody's been talking about before he came to Arsenal, like running in the channels. We did service him more, 100%. But the thing that I love most about it is he was so much more efficient. Granted, he missed a chance, but in terms of actually bringing players into the game, his hold-up play was fantastic throughout the whole game. He was giving their defenders hell. Like, you could knock it. It was the first time where I was watching that, and plus Fulham were like the games where I was watching, where I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to cause havoc. As soon as the ball was in the air, all I was think about was, go on, Vic. Like, just like, get into them, because every time it was creating half an opportunity for us to just get forward. And honestly, man, like I'm just so proud and happy, man.
Yeah, his hold-up play was mad yesterday.
Sensational.
Every ball that went up into the air, I had no doubt that he was going to get it under control.
Literally. It felt the same against Fulham. You can feel that his confidence is through the roof right now, and that exudes into the stadium, into the fans. I want the ball to go to him. I know it's going to stick. I know he's going to hold it up. I know he's going to bring another player into play. I know he's going to run the channel. I know he's going to do something. And Nath, I remember there was a quote, and I think we made a short of it. And you said something like, what are we, 8 months into the season or whatever, and we still haven't found a way to get Gyökeres into the game, like you just kind of mentioned there as well.
Still got 18 goals, though. That was my point. But
exactly, still got 18 goals. Now he's on 21. Probably should have been 22 last night. But we found a way. That small tweak, right? Which all that tweak is, when David Raya gets the ball, if there's no option, go long. Because David Raya would get the ball sometimes, sit on it, put his foot on it for 20 seconds, wait for the option. Centre-backs are moving around, Zubimendi or Rice is coming deep, full-backs, might go out, back to him. Okay, 5 seconds, no option, bang, long. If Saliba or Gabriel get the ball, there's no option. Instead of going back to David Raya, bang, in the channel. Look at our goal yesterday. Saliba gets the ball, instead of turning backwards, looks forward. Gyökeres makes the channel run. He gets a little flick off the defender, goes a bit wide, ball over the top from Gyökeres. A little flick off the defender again, goes to Trossard, deflection, and then Saka. That comes from us playing quickly, being on the front foot, playing that channel ball. Arsenal of 3-4 weeks ago, without confidence, without that small tweak, would have played that ball to David Raya, would have played around the back. We probably don't score that goal, maybe 0-0 at half-time, because that's right before half-time as well. So those fine margins of football, those fine tactical tweaks of unlocking a player, knowing how to bring a player into play, like Victor Gyökeres. And when you have ball players like David Raya as a goalkeeper, you can do that. Ball playing centre-backs like Gabriel and Saliba, you can do that. Use their qualities as well. It's not just about Victor. And I made one video. Well, I made a few videos after the game, but I made one video about a player specifically. And it was about him. Because he was so good. Like, ridiculously good. Every time he got the ball, like I just said, I'm going to repeat myself. But I want to, because he was brilliant. Every time he got the ball, it gave everyone a lift. You know, I watched games at the start of this season where he'll go up to Victor and he'd get kind of just bodied, pushed off the ball. He was quite weak. He wasn't holding it up. But yesterday was fantastic. I thought he was man of the match. There's a few you could argue. Declan Rice, I know, got it on TNT. Saka got the goal. But for me, it was him. I think, was it Rooney as well, said it on commentary that they thought it should have been him. I thought it was the best player on the pitch. I thought it was best player on the pitch, for sure.
It could have gone to a few of them. You know, Saliba had an absolutely phenomenal game. I think Gabriel as well was back to his best. Like that challenge that he made, that was close. Like there were a few moments. It's like we needed all of our players to turn up, and I think this is what we wanted. This is what we've been crying out for. It's not so much just the quality in technical ability, it's the belief in themselves, it's the drive, it's the how bad do you actually want it. We're all close, and it felt like all of the players were fans. Like in that game, it felt like all of the players were fans. Like this has to happen, boys. Like it was a unanimous. We're all looking at each other here, and we got to find a way. It doesn't matter how. We got to find a way. And it wasn't just 1-0, let's sit back and then just kind of absorb pressure now. It was actually, no, it was a controlled performance from start to finish. Like, I will say, is that enough to get us over the line for the final? And I'm sure we'll cover it a little bit later on. I think that's half the battle. That's half the battle. Now we're gonna need to find a way to make sure that we're efficient in front of goal. You know, like that chance that Gyökeres had, like phenomenal game, but in the final we have to take that chance.
We have to finish our dinner in the final.
Cannot miss those opportunities, and it's going to require special moments. Again, it is if we're being completely honest, because ultimately it's a Champions League, right? It's a 50-50 toss up between two teams. Like, it's not I'm scared of anything can absolutely happen. Look at when Liverpool played Real Madrid. Real Madrid weren't the better team when they beat Liverpool. Liverpool were the better team. They played
Look
better
at when we
football.
played Real Madrid.
They were like, do you get what I mean? It's like, it don't matter. This is it. This is a one game situation. We can go up against PSG and like it can be a totally different game, but it requires something special. It requires that thing that we can't articulate. It's just gonna have to be je ne sais quoi. It's just gonna have to be what will be. And I don't doubt the fans that are going to make their way all the way to Budapest, the fans that are going to be here in the UK, the fans that are going to be all over the world are going to be supporting this club and willing them on so much, because there was something real serendipitous about getting to that final. Like, getting to that final to after 20 years, there was a moment of like just silence where you're like, wow, like this is real. Arsenal are in the Champions League final, and it's the second time in our club's history, first and foremost. So when you're talking about these kind of celebration police, I don't even give it any airtime in my mind or brain, because I'm just like, no, what are you talking about? Someone said to me, oh, you've only got to the final. And I was like, yeah, one that we haven't been in 20 years. Also, the second time we've ever been there. Should I not be happy? Are you all right? You're like, act like you've been here before. I've been here once. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's like stepping into first class or business class for the first time and then going, oh, let me just act like I'm like this. Like, you're not going to be serious.
Yeah.
No, I'll have that salt and pepper shaker. Thank you very much. You know,
Literally.
I'm going to take this little guy with me because it's the first time I'm here. Like, it is what it is.
You got to lap it up. As a football fan, you want to lap this. These are the things that we want. You want to get to these positions. You want to reach the finals. You want to play in the top tier competition. So to be able to do that consistently, and now we've actually made it to, we made it to the semis last year. And even that, we was happy at the fact that we've done 2 years in a row getting to the semi-finals. So to actually cross that line and get to the finals, it's a big deal, and the celebration police, they're acting like when City beat us, Haaland didn't rip off his shirt and pull out his hairband and start beating his chest on the camera, but that's okay.
Can I just say as well, actually, I'm looking, we were talking about Jamie O'Hara earlier. Let me just say about Spurs quickly.
Jamie O'Hara needs to hug a
taken
tree.
Their shirts off and then drawn the game. Are they not also the team that at the start of last season were doing the run from half of the pitch in the first half of the season to their home fans in their new stadium? So we've all been there, and it's that thing that I always say, that if we're going to do this celebration, please, why are players celebrating goals on the pitch? You win the first game of the season in the Premier League. You've not won anything, so why are we celebrating at any point in the season?
True.
That's the point.
True, isn't it? Might as well ban celebrations. Ban celebrations so you win a trophy. Ban all
why
celebrations.
People have to be that serious?
Why are they celebrating that?
Miserable.
Yeah, people are so miserable.
It's not that deep.
They don't want to see us happy. They don't.
That's it.
No one does, man. No one does. It's absolutely mad. I think people. You have to remind people as well.
Jamie O'Hara needs to touch grass and meditate, because he's so angry and bitter. Like, you actually get paid to do this, and he gets so angry. Also, even when they're like, "Oh, it's boring. I wanted to change the channel." Well, change it then. The hell, you don't support us. Change the channel. Like, you're actually forcing yourself, like I said, to watch a team you don't support in a competition you're not playing in. Like, go and put your kids to bed, have a glass of wine with your wife, put a movie on, do a movie night. There's so many other things you can do than watching a team that you hate so much, because you're
Herd-
not going to
herd
kill our
mentality.
vibes.
It's herd mentality. That's all it
It
is.
is.
Everybody's saying it, so let me jump on and say it as well, because I can't critically think for myself. I can't, use my own brain and put two and two together. Okay, who cares, Jamie? You're fighting relegation. Christian, send him a message from the pod.
I'll tell him next time.
Tell him to worry about his relegation battle instead of like, do you get what I mean? He's literally in a relegation battle, but he's got time to talk about us getting to a final. Oh, look, they're just so happy.
Nathan made such a good point, though, because remember when Polini scored against Wolves, equaliser, he took his shirt off.
Yeah,
and Richarlison scored the other day.
Richarlison
does it.
Xavi
Simmons
Simmons
done
and
it.
Xavi Simmons. I was about to say that.
Nobody even does that anymore. He's like, bro, you're drawing, and he whacked off his top, yeah, come on.
Risking a yellow card as well.
It's just
that's where the celebration police should be out. But you know what? No one really cares about Spurs. No one needs to be out.
That's what it is. They're irrelevant.
No one cares.
They're so irrelevant because they're so bad.
Everybody is scared because they know what's going to happen if we get this over the line. That is the God honest truth. It is almost like the whole world knowing the moment England win a major trophy is shut down. It's just complete shutdown. The country's it's going to be nuts. The vibe's going to be all the way up. And so many miserable people don't want to see that. It's the same thing. They don't want to see us. They know what's going to happen. They've been criticizing us. They've been calling us bottle jobs. They love it. We haven't won anything in years. We've been the butt of a joke for such a long time, right? But now we're not the butt of the joke. You have to take us seriously. And my thing is, you're allowed to criticize. Two things can be true. You can criticize, but standing there and finding the brain power to even spend on hating to this degree is beautiful for me, because all you're doing is you're biting. Give me more. I've got 2 kids to feed. Give me more of that. I want more of that fish. I want more of that. Get off the hook, because all you're doing is you're making it easier for us to enjoy it. You're just, guys, honestly, I want end of the season, God willing, please, 4 games. Give me a double. I am going to be so unbearable. Just get off the internet. Get off the planet. Go to space. Go to moon. Get out of here. Because
go to moon.
The World Cup isn't going to save you. It's not. It's not going to save anybody. I don't care if we're arm in arm watching England. We're watching England, and I promise you, I'm going to whisper in your ear, we won the double, right? I'm not going to let you forget. I don't care. Oh.
You're not going to let those fans enjoy watching England,
everyone
are you?
dissing us. They're going to be screaming Saka and Rice and Eze during the World Cup. Everyone loves to diss the team and say, Saka's overrated, Eze's overrated, Rice, he's not worth the money. But let him wear an England shirt and your tone changes. So it just goes to show, they delude themselves into this hate. It's like that typical line of, I don't hate the club, I hate the fans. But then everything the club do, you pick at, like you said earlier, about Set Piece FC, Dark Arts FC, Own Goal FC, but you hate the fans. But you pick at everything. Getting at Arteta again, I've seen so many pictures of Arteta. He's always outside his technical area, as if Simeone wasn't doing a 200-meter sprint pretty much around the field yesterday. You can't, you just can't win. And they delude themselves with their excuses to say why they don't like us. And it never makes sense, because guess what? You still watch us.
Yeah.
So much truth. This is a pod full of truth, I have to tell you that. Let's get back to the game quickly. I feel like there's a few more players, I think, to touch on. Bukayo Saka. Had to be him, didn't it? The Haaland boy scoring the winner to send us through to the Champions League final for the first time in 20 years. What a beautiful moment, man. I don't know if you guys saw the CBS stuff after. Thierry Henry was talking a lot about him and what he'd been through. And he actually asked Bukayo, do you want to tell them what you've been through? Saka was like, I'm not going to talk, blah, blah, blah. What do you guys think that was? Do you think it's the Achilles injury and how actually bad it was and we don't know? Maybe he's taking injections to play 50, 60 minutes each week, because you could see after 55 minutes he was down kind of on his haunches. He couldn't even barely stand, and then obviously came off for Noni. And I think a lot of people wouldn't have taken him off in that moment, but I just don't think there was a choice. I think he was just that's as much as he can play. So yeah, the Achilles injury apparently is really bad. So yeah, he's obviously playing through a mad injury, but didn't want to miss the end of the season. To come in, score the goal, to play how he played against Fulham, the goal we scored, the performance he put in, to now come and put this performance in, score the winner here as well. Wow, it's just as a player.
It's a player taking a risk like that that's going to get the rest of the team up for it as well.
100%.
You know what I mean,
well, it makes perfect sense why he's like vice captain of this club. Like it like that attitude and mentality, like it revealed a lot, and I'm glad it revealed a lot. It like kind of, they said it without saying it, and I love the way he handled that question as well. He actually told Thierry, like, I don't want to get into it because I know what I've signed up for. I know that when I'm on the pitch, I'm open to that level of criticism. It doesn't matter. I will not make an excuse for this. I will not sit here and tell you, oh, I've been battling this injury for months and months, and that's why it's been affecting me. So I haven't been free or fully fit from the beginning of the season. He's not said any of that. That's a man that's taking accountability for his performances, and he cares about improving and getting better every time. I'm going to say it, like, I think for me personally, I know this is mad, and it's not based on ability. It's just based on the story, based on him. He genuinely is my favorite ever Arsenal player. Like, as in ever. And I'm talking amongst legends. I'm talking Henri's, your Bergkamp. It used to be Bergkamp and Henri, obviously. But like just his whole story, like being at the club from 7 years old, breaking into the team at left back, just proving a doubt as Wong every single time. Drags England far in the Euros, along with other players as well that contributed. Then gets thrown like into the pits of hell by his own nation through racism and hatred.
Racial abuse,
comes back and puts up a flipping 10-star performance season the following year. Every single challenge that they have thrown Bukayo Saka, he has risen to the occasion and shown everyone, I can do it. He is constantly criticized. He's constantly under scrutiny. He's constantly underappreciated by so many people. People always telling us he's overrated. He's not even good. He's this, he's that. But he's always the benchmark, because every season you find a new player to try and
compare him with. Yeah.
Like, stop it then. If you don't think he's that good, stop comparing him to Cole Palmer. Stop comparing him to Phil Foden. Stop comparing, because every single time Bukayo Saka is still there. He's still there every single time. And these guys come and they go. And yeah, great. Yeah, high ceilings. Who cares? It doesn't matter about ceilings and capacity. What matters is, can you consistently do it for a long period of time? And his story, flipping love the kid. The fact that, like semi-final. And just the hunger to get to where he got to wasn't the most incredible finish, but it was a poacher's goal. It was a Gonzalo Higuain. It was a striker who's like, I'm going to capitalize on this. There's a half chance here because I'm going to make something happen. He has been dragging us for the longest time. And I am a huge fan of that boy. He is my favorite ever Arsenal player. Stand-up person.
It's a big statement, man. Big statement. 24 years old. He's Joseph's favorite ever Arsenal player. Fair play, man. The story is beautiful. The story is beautiful.
Songs. My son sings these songs in the morning, bro. Yeah. You don't understand.
No, I get it.
That's just, I'm like, nah, man. I love the guy, man. Baller.
No, he is. He's absolutely fantastic. Like you say, the story, the moment, it had to be him. As soon as he scored, I was like, of course it's him. Who else? Like, he deserves it, man. He deserves to lift silverware with this club. I can't wait to see it. You know, within the next month, the final's on the 30th of May, the last day of the Premier League season's on the 24th. Within 3-4 weeks, we're going to know. We're going to see him, hopefully, with a couple of big trophies in his hands, big smile on his face. And like we say, man, there's a few players in that squad who I think deserve it even more. You know, Saka is definitely one. I think Ben White is one for what he's been through with this club. Gabriel Martinelli. You know, these guys have been there since kind of day one of this new process. You know, Mikel Arteta's, maybe not day one. Ben White came in a couple of years in. When did Ben White come in? 21, 22?
He's Arteta's first signing.
Ben White was, because he played in that Brentford game, didn't he? When we lost 2-0 away first game.
I'm
I
pretty
thought
sure
it's
it was
Gabriel,
right.
no? I thought it was Gabriel, but I might be wrong.
I think he might have been a
Pretty sure.
season
Let
in.
me
I
double
think it was a
check.
year after. Nah, because he signed. It was like Pablo Mari and Willian were
Oh yeah.
at the
No,
start.
it was yeah.
I think Ben White came a year after the year into Arsenal. Anyway, do you know what I mean? They feel like the day ones of Arteta's process, the real day ones. Martinelli is one of them as well. I just can't wait to see. Even Martin Odegaard, man. I feel like he's kind of been there through this whole process in a way. And they deserve it, man. They really deserve it. How hard they've worked, what they've been through, the criticism they've come under, unfairly and unfairly at times. Being nearly men, second 3 years in a row. It's painful, man. It's painful for us. Imagine it as players. I know they're earning the money and whatever, but they still want to win. They still have goals and aspirations like us. And you saw that last night in the celebrations. Like that's why I love that there was no one holding back. Because we know what we've been through as a club, as fans, as players, as the manager. Look at Arteta dancing. You don't dance if it doesn't mean anything to you. He's doing his little side to side, little shimmy, man.
When I saw that,
it's amazing.
Warmed my heart when I saw
it's
that.
beautiful. People hate the guy. Why? He's passionate. He loves the game. He's a genius. You don't get to a Champions League final if you're not a football genius. Name me a manager that's got to a Champions League final that is not great. All right, maybe great. The word great is B. You have to maybe get over the line to be great. But he's on the verge of being great. All right, coming second in the Premier League makes you a very, very good manager. If you win the Premier League, you become a great manager. So he is on the cusp, but 3 games away from being a great manager. And then 1 game away from being a great, great manager with the Champions League as well. That's how close he is in 7 years of actually being in a job.
You've got to put it into the context of the team as well. You think of where he's taken that club, well, our club from. You know, he's not stepped into a club that's ready made like Arne Slot last year, taking over Liverpool, winning the Prem. You know, he's come into a team that you say he was signing Pablo Maris, he was signing the Cedrics.
Yeah, Willian, and then Gabriel, then Partey and Odegaard, and then Ben White.
Yeah, he's transformed. He's not just transformed the team that play on the pitch, but he's transformed, you know, the squad, the staff, the fans. Everything about the club is completely different to where it was when he took over, and I think that all builds into that genius of football.
Well, that's why I think it's like football's one of those mad things, isn't it? It's like he's on the line of being a genius or a complete maniac at this club, you know, where people will say that, you know, he failed. He's really on that line because at the end of the day, what people are going to talk about are trophies, right? And can you get it over the line? And it's always going to be hard until you do it the first time. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'll never forget when before Pep won it with Manchester City, I think it was in their All or Nothing documentary, and he spoke about it, and like they were doing all right, and he was just like, we're not ready to win the Champions League. We're not going to win the Champions League. Like, we've got a couple of years before we win the Champions League because we need to just keep on going and growing. And like, you think someone like that, who has that understanding and awareness of their team and what it takes to do something as big as that. And then you look at what Arteta's doing. He told everybody, he said, this is a 5-year plan. Granted, we're in year 6, right? What he's done in that time period is insane. Like, it's actually insane when you think about it. We expect to win now. You're talking to me 5 years ago, and we're going up against Fulham, and I'm not talking with that chest that I was talking about. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know if we're going to win. I just don't know where the results are going to come from. I believe in my team, but I just don't know how good we are. That's the truth. But he's put a level of expectation in this club that was missing for such a long time. And for that, he's always going to be like respected at Arsenal. And Arsenal fans need to remember that. No matter how you feel about him, every single year we have improved. No matter how you feel about the football we've played, no matter how stressful it's been, even though we've come second 3 times in a row, we have improved every single time. We have got closer. Like, from a points perspective, I think maybe not so much this year, but who cares? Ultimately, it's about getting it over the line, right? But from a points perspective, goals, scoring, like, he's just constantly evolved the team that little bit more. For me,
even the Champions League, Joe, like, look at the progression. First season back in it, 22-23. Or 23, 24, 23, 24, because people predicting us to come 4th or 5th that season. We came 2nd, back in the Champions League for the first time in 7 years. Got to the quarterfinals, knocked out against Bayern. Last season, back in it again, semi-final against PSG. This season, final. Took him 3 years of being in the Champions League to get to the final. Progression there, right away.
This as well. This is the one thing why the nearly men narrative just doesn't work with me, because for me, I wouldn't change any of the story we've had over the last seasons. I know it's been tough. I know we've had heartbreak, but you actually look at it as a process. If you were working in any other industry, you look at a process from start to finish. You look at it as steady growth. You don't want to come in first season, second season, win something, then drop off for 3 years, then maybe win something again. Like we've actually gone through it. You look at a semi-final last year. Now we're in the final. Well, let's see what happens if we win it or not. But next season, I'll still be positive that we're going to make it to the final. Do you know what I mean? Like this whole thing, and Premier League, we're getting closer. This is the closest we've been, right, at this part of the season since Mikel's took over. So it has been a process. It's not just it's not. That's why, like I said, the nearly men narrative just doesn't work, because that's what a process is.
People like to miss like really important context, right? You can I get it. At the end of the day, people are just looking at results, right? You second. The first time you finished second, massive overachievement, right? Mm-hmm. Massive overachievement. No one ever thought we would even get there. We didn't have the squad to even do it, but they got really, really far. Then a couple of injuries and it all fell apart. The year after that was flipping. We were brilliant. We were just at the end of the day, it's just Manchester City, innit? We're up against at that time. They was still the greatest team that you would say, that you would argue in the world. They were still top of the pile.
We're still learning how to get it over the line even now.
And then
everything's learning. We're still learning this.
100%. And the third one, you'd give it to Liverpool, fair enough. You capitalized and we didn't. And you can say that's the only year where it's for me, it's felt like in this journey where it felt like we really let that one go. We let that one slip.
Still reasons to last season though, Joe. The summer transfer window, we didn't do enough in the summer. We didn't sign anyone in January, and we had 27 injuries on top of that. It was just set up to fail that season. It was never going to work. And then they learned their lesson. They brought in Berta.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That was the only one where I'd say it's on us, because decisions could have been made to prevent that. But obviously, it is what it is. We are where we are. We've got to this point now. He got the final piece that everyone was actually begging him for. Sign a striker. That's the final piece. He's giving you everything that you've asked for. Most of you lot were twerking for Gyökeres before. Make sure you get him. I don't want anybody else. Get him. Yeah. They went and got the highest goal scorer in Europe, right? Guys, just take your time, support, relax. I get it. We're so nervous, and it's just we want it so bad that we're prepared to just crash out at the wrong times. It was like I was saying a few weeks ago. I said, let's just relax. We haven't got the time to crash out. We don't. We are still in this. We've got 4 games to go now, and look at what happened. Look at that. But when we were saying there's no time to crash out, everybody was ready to bin off Arteta, bin off the players, bin off everybody. But here we are, 5 days later, maybe 6-7 days later.
What a difference a week can make, isn't it?
What? This is football. And look, and it's a roller coaster. God willing, it ain't going to go back down. We don't need it to go back down. But I'm just telling you, steady the ship, stay level-headed, try and be stoic about it, and just back the boys. That's it. We're here. Enjoy the process.
People are always ready to crash out, though, Joe. We could win a double this season. Prem and Champs. Summer, World Cup, whatever. First game of pre-season, we could lose. Say we play United on an Asia tour or something, and we lose. People will be crashing out. People will be saying, can't do it again. He's never gone back to the back. It's come on, man.
Nah. You see me? I'm going to be so chill for the next 5 years,
How much credit in the bank does he get?
Bro.
Like 5 years,
I don't care, bro. Chat to me. I'll watch dead football. I'll be so smug. I'll be like, all right. I can deal with this.
Well, think of it like this. Man United ain't won a Champions League in 18 years. And all now, when they tell us, win a trophy, they're like, you've never won the Champions League. Well, you won it 18 years ago. So if they can brag and boast after 18 years of winning the Champions League, like, we can chill for a couple.
Look at Villa fans, Forest fans, whenever they come to the Emirates.
Yeah, Champions of Europe.
Tottenham are singing Champions of Europe with their BTEC European trophy.
We are
and it's
90
funny
minutes
when people
away.
try to draw us out with that, because for me, when people are like, oh, Tottenham got a European trophy before you. For one, we've got a European trophy. So, you know, get that. We've got two, actually. Secondly, you can't draw me out because we weren't in it to win it. Like, they won a BTEC European Cup and everyone's like, oh, you call it BTEC. But yeah, if I was in it, I'd want it. But it's still a BTEC Cup. Like, I want to win anything we're in.
It's BTEC, in fact, now, because remember, they changed it. Because Champions League teams ain't even dropping in there anymore. So literally, we're looking at a season where, with all due respect to Forest and Villa are in a semi-final right now. Like, Forest could go to a final in the Europa League. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I'm not being funny, but you're talking, 5-6 years ago? Nah, it's just not happening, because there's going to be too many giants that come from the Champions. It's an easier competition. 15th, again, to contextualize this, 15th and 17th were in the final of that competition last year.
Right.
It's wild, isn't it? Absolutely.
But they're the champions of Europe, right?
Champions of Europe, yeah, all right.
Champions of Europe, but they didn't actually last in the European champion competition. They did
playing on landing strips and stuff like that, and like playing teams against. Yeah, anyway.
Just quickly before we talk about PSG, and then we'll talk about West Ham, and then we'll wrap. How do you feel about the tifo? I was underneath it. I was behind it.
I was behind it.
I don't know what that face means, Joe. Let me just say my piece first. I think I expected more. I love the history in our sights in the last round. I thought that was sick with Trossard at the top. And then I'd heard this is going to be the best tifo ever. They've gone overboard and beyond. And then I saw it and I was like, it's good. It's not like the greatest I've ever seen. It was a boat. Overlap. Yeah, I think so. Or I wanted some hard hitting quote. And I was like, over land and sea.
You wanted,
So over land and sea in a pirate ship.
And I was connect a little bit more.
No, because the overland and sea is part of like the merch. They had a merch collection, didn't they? That they did for like European supporters.
Okay,
so, like, it kind of ties into that, and I guess because it's European competition, and then all the ships had the badges of all the teams that we'd beaten along the way. So it was good. There was detail to it. It was thought through. And it's the biggest one the Emirates has ever seen as well. So
I like where they put it. I like they put it there, so when the players walk out, they see it. Did you think it was the best
they're
one?
Not always there. Why would you not always put it there?
Yeah, they usually do it behind the goal.
I don't think it's the best one.
It's not the best one.
The best one was the North London Derby one. That was the best one we've had.
Was that history? And what was the North London Derby one?
The one, and it has Sol Campbell on it.
Oh yeah.
That was cold. What did it say? We are the Arsenal or something. I remember it had a big thing along the bottom.
Must have said something. Let me Google it. Let me search it.
I can't remember.
That's the best one.
Better than that cannon we had up a couple. Was it last season?
Oh yeah.
I said
this season. I think it was this season. Yeah.
The Arsenal. These streets are our own. That's sick.
That's the best one.
That
is
one
sick.
there was serious.
But yeah, I guess they all make context to the game that's being played, right? So I like this one.
I enjoyed this one. I liked it.
Fair.
I liked it. Fair. Loved
everything. But All right. Let's talk about PSG. How are we feeling? Now we know it's them. I think Bayern would have been the easier game. Although, Chloe, I said to you when we were backstage just now, I said I didn't want to play against Harry Kane. I just didn't want the chance of him winning a Champions League and potentially a Ballon d'Or on our heads.
And
I prefer the slightly tougher game, just so that is not a possibility. PSG are great, but I still think defensively they can be got at. I don't know if Hakimi's going to be fit for that for that final. Their midfield's obviously brilliant, and their attack, even Fabian Ruiz, who I think is the least spoken about in terms of that three with Vitinha and João Neves, he was brilliant tonight. We know how good Dembele is. They brought him off as well. Kvaratskhelia is probably the most informed or best winger in the world right now.
Bring him to the Emirates. To do what you've got to do.
They're a very good team. But listen, I am confident on any given day we could beat them.
Yeah, I think we can. We have to be efficient with our chances. I think the thing that I didn't respect them for, which I respected them a lot for in this game, is their ability to actually steady their ship. I think in the first leg, it was just literally basketball. And everyone was just saying, they haven't got the ability to do. They defended so well against Bayern Munich today. Like, they were compact.
It was a completely different game today.
Yeah,
It was a completely different game.
And
that show is unbelievable.
Exactly. And so all that was for me was a message to say, if you think that it's going to be a game where, we can do both. We can do both. You have to be settled. But if they I don't want to play football in our half. That's one thing that I hope we approach the game. I do not want us to try and play out of the back. I hope Arteta just looks at it and goes, let's get it long. Let's put the pressure in that part of the pitch, because their press is so scary. The only time I've seen a press like that is Liverpool and Man City when they were in their prime, when it was like you actually can't breathe. It felt like when you were watching it, you couldn't breathe. You were like, oh my gosh, like, leave us alone. Like, just give me a second to, like, Scalia chasing you, bro. Dembele chasing you, and they don't stop chasing you. So the only way we're going to have to deal with that is to not play along that back four. I'm not trying to see Gabriel and Saliba passing it to each other and Ben White dropping into the free. Get it up there and dominate them with your size. Play above Vitinha. I don't care if we go straight non-league. Do you know what I mean? These men are not as strong as us. Get it up the pitch and play that way. Gyökeres, do what you've done the last couple of games, and we will win that game. But if we try to play from the back, we have to be inch perfect. We have to be inch perfect.
Yeah, because any mistake, they'll just...
Yeah, they don't really miss chances, do they?
No.
In terms of
and
being
that's
clinical.
Our problem. I feel like we in the games, like even yesterday, there were chances created, but we're not finishing our dinner. They're going high, they're going wide. It's like that. I think finishing is one of our main problems. It's not like we can't create the chances. We leave too many goals on the field. So I think if we can actually just play some fluid attacking football, like I think I mentioned previously, like there's times as well where we're dilly-dallying a bit. Like you can kind of see the players are thinking where to pass. And that's what I like about Miles, like what you said earlier, Joe. It's like he plays with intention. It's almost like he knows what he's going to do before he even gets the ball, so he can move the ball quicker. We have to move the ball quick. We can't do that slow, lacking football against a team like PSG. If we can just play fluid, attacking football, get rid of the ball quickly, do quick, conscious passes, play with intention, and finish off flipping dinner, will be cool. But I think it's going to be tight. Like I can see it even going into extra time. Like I think it's going to be a tough game. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long night.
Need to mentally prepare myself.
We need to be clinical and stuff, but I think there's that saying, isn't there, that attacks win you games, defense is win you titles. And I think we've not conceded a goal from open play in the knockout stages. We've conceded 3 goals, 2 from pens, 1 from a corner. PSG conceded 5 in the semi-final.
So, but I feel like in the semi, I feel like PSG and Bayern was just like, F the defence. First leg, score as many goals as you can. Second leg, if we're goals up, we're just going to defend and get through it.
That first game was just a free-for-all.
Different game.
It was basketball, bro. It was because look at today. Look at their performance today.
They didn't give a damn about defense the other day.
We're not going to play like that. I know. We're not going to play like that.
They're not going to they were just like, oh, we're playing basketball today. No problem. We'll just outscore you. Like that's what they were thinking. That's what it was.
For every goal you score, we're going to score another one.
I mean, Bayern Munich shouldn't be the metric that I compare us to be fair.
Yeah, and honestly, one thing that I always remember, Luis Enrique is an animal of a manager, right? And I don't think, he gets enough credit from, the Premier League, maybe because they don't pay enough attention to him and what he's done. But also all of these teams, right? Do you remember that video of him talking to Mbappe?
Mbappe, yeah.
At the club? And he's just like, you need to run. Yeah, the aggression in that, his tone of voice, like, you're the one that I need to lead. If you're the captain of PSG, you're the one. And then you look at how they all play for each other, right? He's got them so well oiled and so hungry, bro. defensively, I know for a fact he wasn't happy about that game. When they asked him and interviewed him, he wasn't happy.
He didn't like it. He didn't like it. No,
he was like, "What? Like, do you think I'm gonna stand here? All you bum sucks in the media. Oh, it was an exciting game of football." But the manager was straight up, very clear, and said, "No, that's not how we want to play. We conceded 4 goals, bruv. 5 goals. What are you talking about?"
Showed a bit of a mentality difference between him and Company as well. Because when they asked Company about it, he was like, "Yeah, what game? Exciting. This is what we want to see."
Yeah, he came in. Didn't he come into the press conference that he came into the interview at the end of the game, didn't he? That Luis Enrique was giving, and he was all like smiling at the side of the camera.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, bro, that is not how you act after a semi-final.
Not at all, man. Showed his inexperience there. I rate Company.
I said that as a neutral, that game is unbelievable to sit and watch. But if that's us in a Champions League semi-final drawing,
if that's us, I'm screaming, "Why are we conceding 4 goals?"
How can you score 5 goals and concede 4? Like 5 goals in a semi-final should be game over. You should be going into the second leg playing your second team almost.
There should never be a world in which you're happy to see your team just give away goals for the sake of entertainment. Like, that just doesn't, that's never excited me. That's not what football was back in the day, where it's like that you keep on referring back to. Football weren't like that. The odd game, yes, it's more free flowing football. Granted, that's what we want to see, but we don't want to see our goalkeeper giving away. What, the goalkeepers had a mare, both of them. Can you imagine going home and that goalkeepers are like the complete opposite of a striker. Defend your goal, bruv. If you as a striker miss 4 one-on-one clear chances, you're not gonna walk off that pitch feeling like accomplished. You're gonna feel like, this is so rubbish. This is dead. I've had a horrible game. Those goalkeepers can't hold their head up high. But anyway, we digress. We're analyzing that game. That was just a freak game. Luis Enrique cares about defending. He cares about all-round performance. We've played against them. When we played against them in the semi-final, it was fantastic goalkeeping from Donnarumma. We can't forget, Marquinhos put up a flipping stellar performance as well. So they're not an easy team to break down. That's why I think our approach needs to be similar. I would have preferred Bayern, but similar to what we did to Bayern earlier on in the season, which actually agitated Company. I remember him coming out and basically saying that, that's how he wanted us to play football. He wanted us to get into a basketball match, but we didn't. We were like, we're straight up there. We're going to play. It's on our terms. It's not going to be the football that you want to play. We have to do that. I
think we will. I think our performances in the Champions League, I think that's kind of what I was alluding to, that I think our performances in the Champions League have been just that. I think we've dictated the tempo. We've had control. I know we've not faced the same caliber of opposition as what we're going to play in the final, which is kind of why having that side of the draw makes it difficult to compare performances to PSG, I guess. But
I think it'll be very, very close. I think anyone saying that Arsenal are going to get battered is just hating. Maybe you can look at the style of play and how they're playing, the goals they're scoring, but our defence is formidable. We've conceded 6 goals in the Champions League all season, 9 clean sheets in the Champions League, 17 clean sheets in the Premier League, which is the toughest league in the world. The intensity that we play at every single week, the players, you just have to look at the semi-final. I'm glad you mentioned Donnarumma, because he was the difference in those games last season. Look at the chances we had. Remember that Odegaard shot that was going about 400 miles an hour? He saved at the near post. It was ridiculous. Saka missed an open goal in the second leg as well, which maybe would have changed it. I think we had a 5.1 XG over 2 legs. We just didn't take our chances. And like Chloe said, it's going to be a game of fine margins. We're going to have to be tight at the back. They'll probably get chances. Probably going to need Raya to be on it for a couple of saves. And we're going to need to take our chances at the other end and try and win the midfield battle, which obviously won't be easy at the same time. So, go on, Nave.
But let's be honest, it's no different to any Champions League final that's ever been played before.
Nah, not at all.
What we're talking about is if there's any fan podcast that happens the week before the Champions League final, they'll all be saying the same thing.
Yeah. People talking like we're 12th in the Premier League going into this.
We can't go into it saying we're going to win it. I don't think. Can't say the PSG are going to win it. It's a one-off game. And anything can happen. Look at the PSG Inter game the final last year. Yeah. We'd never have predicted 5-0 in a Champions League final between those two teams. Inter weren't that great. They weren't that great finalists. I didn't think. Well, they weren't great on the day anyway. But you'd never predict 5-0. So
they were absolutely smoked. So, look, I'm sure we'll do a pod just before that anyway, which will probably be around the 27th, 28th, building up to the Champions League final. But let's focus quickly, a couple of minutes just on the game this Sunday. West Ham away. Big game. Man City playing at 5:30 the day before against Brentford. Chance for them to go 2 behind us. If they drop points and we win, we can then win the league against Burnley the Monday after. If they drop points, we win. They then play Palace on the Wednesday. So let me just put the scenarios in place quickly, right? They draw. If they lose, it'll still be 5. We could go 8. They then play Palace on the Wednesday. Then we play Burnley on the Monday. We could win the league. If they draw and we win, it will be 4. Then we can make it 7. Then they can make it back to 4 against Palace. Then we could win the league against Burnley. If they win, they make it 2. We could then make it 5 against West Ham. They could then make it 2 again against Palace on the Wednesday. We could then make it 5 again against Burnley. They play on the Tuesday against Bournemouth. If they were to drop points, if we were to win against West Ham and Burnley, if they were to then drop points away against Bournemouth the day after, the league will be won. We could actually win the league having not playing a game, having played the day before.
Yeah.
Whereas if they beat Bournemouth on that day, it goes down to the final day of the season. So if we win the next 2, they win their next 3, and it goes down to the final day, we would be 2 points ahead. So we could, depending on what the goal difference is, say we outscore them in these games, say we're 6 or 7 clear, going into that final day, we could actually theoretically maybe afford a draw going into that game. Obviously, I don't think we will draw. Palace are going to have, I think they got the Conference League final 3 days after that game, so they're probably going to rest their entire 11 anyway. So that should be 3 points in the bag at Selhurst. Those are scenarios. Or we lose and Man City go above us and we don't lift the title.
No, we lose.
Yeah, so I avoided that one, but it
was so good. It was so good. Just go back to where we were.
Basically, I need them, Man City, to drop points against either Brentford or Palace, because I'm going to that Burnley game at home on the Monday night. And I want to see the bloody Premier League trophy being lifted in front of my own eyes. I don't want to win it.
Well, Brentford's not going to be easy.
Yeah, exactly. Brentford's not easy.
It's not going to be easy.
Palace maybe will, but you never know. But yeah, West Ham. Any reservations? How are you feeling?
I'll be honest.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I feel so sorry for West Ham. I feel like Thanos when he was killing Gamora. I don't know if you remember that scene where he's taking Gamora's life. And he's dragging her, and like she's like, "No, don't throw me off a mountain." And like he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw you off a mountain because
this is like I need to do it. It needs to be done."
I don't want to see West Ham go down. I actually really don't. But you're a necessary sacrifice, and if Declan Rice has to be the one to do it, and he has to score the goal to do it. With tears in my eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wesley Snipes, do you know what I mean? Like, look, it's just the tears in my eyes, a bit handshaking, like, just shaking. I'm sorry. Like, I've got no other choice, West Ham. I genuinely got love for West Ham, even though they've hurt us so many times, right? And they've been agitators massively. I've just got a weird soft spot for that team. But comfortable victory for us. We need to steamroll them. Absolutely steamroll them. I felt the same way about Fulham. Like, there shouldn't be a universe in which we feel like, oh, yeah, they got something to fight for. Well, guess what? We got something bigger to fight for. We got the things to fight for. The things that they should be hoping to one day in their dream of being a club to fight for, we're actually fighting for. So I'm not trying to hear all that. Comfortable 3-0 win for Arsenal. And the goals keep rolling.
Fair.
It's got to be.
3-0 from Joe. Nathan, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'd like a 3-0. 3-4-0. Just roll them over. It's like what Declan said. Like what you just touched on, Jay, to be fair. Like, they're fighting relegation, but we're fighting for the biggest trophy in the country. So, you know, it's no messing about. Just go get the job done and we move on. That's it, really. Like, I feel about West Ham how Jay felt about Fulham.
Oh, yeah. Jay was bang on about Fulham. Yeah, I think you said 3-0.
He was bang on.
He said 3-0, didn't he?
I know that's an easier thing for me to say because it's West Ham, but I'm not even really thinking about it. I'm not even thinking about it too much.
Fair. Chloe?
I agree. I feel like it'll be about a 3-0, to be fair. Like 2-3-0. Because I think as it's easy to kind of feel like, yeah, we're going to dog walk them. But as much as, yeah, we're playing for a bigger thing, they don't want to get relegated. So they're going to come and they're literally going to put their asses on the line. So I think it'll be about 2, hopefully 3. But yeah.
Yeah, they're fighting for
Hopefully
everything.
Spurs will win.
Fighting to stay in the
Imagine being a
league.
Spurs fan watching that game.
Oh man.
Well, Spurs fans, they don't want to
Who'd you
admit
pick?
it, but they know damn well they want us to win that game.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do.
Yeah, I mean, I've got respect for West Ham.
Got
I've got
good
a few
points.
West Ham friends, but yeah, we need to take all 3 points. We scored 11 goals in the last 2 seasons at their stadium, 6-0 and 5-2. So let's go and win it. I'm going to go 2-0 as well. But yeah, look, we'll be back on Sunday night. Hopefully another smiley, happy one. Well, Joe, we were just saying before you jumped in, Chloe's done 3 pods. We've won all 3. So we definitely picked the right lady for the job.
Yeah, Chloe.
Let's make
You're
it
the
4 out of
gem,
4.
yeah?
Hopefully we win every game for the rest of the season. And yeah, Chloe is the lucky charm. Cool. All right, people, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you to Joseph Charm, Chloe Orell is right. That's right?
Chloe Laurel, yeah.
Chloe Laurel and
Laurel.
Chloe Laurel and Nathan Sayers. As always, people, it's been great. Everyone that's locked. I always forget to ask people to subscribe at the start. Someone remind me next time. Someone just jump in and say, go and subscribe. But subscribe now, make sure to like, drop your comments, and we'll see you in the next one.